Sure, I be late sometimes. You gotta excuse me. I had traffic and a bunch of red lights, you know, but I showed up. Like I don't feel too good today.
Uh, well, it's okay. I am marking it down, but that's just for my records. It's not like you're getting like written up or anything. We don't believe in like writing people up.
Okay,
It's
good,
just for
good.
my records, just to make sure that you know, I keep everything
I
documented.
gotta tell you, like most people that I've come in on a job for, man, they've been just a stickler. But you to be in this position are like humble. I want to be like you.
Uh, man, I appreciate that, man. I strive every single day to be like the Most High. Because if it weren't for him, I would not be here. I've actually been in your shoes, and I realized the importance of a leader over a boss. I choose to lead you to greatness. I can't boss you to greatness. I can't force you. I can only lead you. And sometimes I realize that even though I may be the owner of this, I'm still somebody who needs to be led sometimes. So sometimes I can learn from you, and I can learn from you. But that don't mean that I'm bigger or better just because I own. I'm here to show you how to create your own. So sometimes we have to be led. Sometimes we have to not even come in on those days. You see, I didn't ask you why, because that's none of my business. You called me and you told me that you were coming in. Okay, cool. I'm glad. I appreciate that. See, I didn't even answer the phone. I seen that you were calling. That means you either coming in or you're not. And if you don't come in too many times, then I'm gonna make a house call because I need to see and check and see if you're okay. Uh, I'm not your boss. We're equals. I just happen to own this place. I'm showing you how you can start your own. So you're an independent contractor. You make your own money. You don't make me money. I've been making my money for the longest time because him. I'm just here to help you make yours.
You talk a lot about God, and I know you don't really say his name because you know there's a few people here that don't believe. But I've been looking, I've been searching for something, and you seem to be in a pretty good place.
I'm beyond blessed, my brother. If I told you all of my testimony, you would probably spin around and shout and your head will pop off. When I tell you, like, the Lord has delivered me from a nobody. The Lord has delivered me from suppression. The Lord has delivered me from slavery. The Lord has delivered me from drug addiction, from sex addiction, from abuse. He's delivered me from all of this stuff to where that I am who I am today, but only because of him. I have no choice but to show my love, my appreciation, my gratitude. He says two main things that he says hang all of the commandments on. He says, love thy God with all of your heart and hold him above anything else. And then he says, love thy neighbor. With those two, hang the rest of the commandments on. Hang the rest of your life on. I cannot not love anybody else. I have to love him first. And then he taught me how to love myself. So with that, I learned how to love other people. I'm going to show you a little trick. It goes from him to me, then to you. That creates an L. In the greatest form, love starts with an L.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think that love starts with a me.
Wow.
But it doesn't. I can't even spell love with I. I spell love with us. So I have to profess his name. I have to talk about him. And if somebody has an issue or problem, then that's fine. And then, if they don't want to work here anymore, that's fine. I'll give them a great recommendation. But I don't speak about him as often as I possibly should, because I don't want to hinder anybody and I don't want to slate anybody. But you realize that I start off every meeting and I pray.
Yeah.
I may not ask anybody else to join, but you see me in that meeting and I ask everybody just to give me a minute, and then I sit back and pray. The reason why I'm praying is because I'm asking God and the Holy Spirit to be in the meeting to where everything is getting accomplished the way it should be.
You seem passionate about him, and I like that because I lose my passion, and I think I may want to try him, but who is he? Like, where do I start? How can I get that relationship that you have? Introduce me.
I can honestly tell you that, and hear me when I say this, he's unintroducible. He's so big, but so small, but so humble, so gradual, so mighty that I couldn't possibly bring you to him. It would take for me to show you the steps, show you to the elevator, show you to where I seen him, where I met him, but my journey is not yours. You have to be at a humble place. You have to be at a place of you're ready. You have to be so sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. You have to be tired of being in the house crying every day. You have to be tired of being a drunk. You have to be tired of being stepped on and miserable, an abuser, a cheater. You have to be tired in order to finally hear him, because the reason why a lot of people can't hear him is because they're too much in the way. God refuses to yell and scream at us. He refuses to infringe on our lives. So for that, he said he sits at the door and he knocks very quietly. So we have to learn to be quiet in order to hear him. So once you can do that, then you'll hear him. If you sit at home and you just say out loud, God, whoever you are, please come into my life. Show me who you are. Guide me to being a better person. And it's going to be so subtle that you may not even realize that it's him. It's going to sound like you sometimes. And then sometimes it's not going to sound like you. And then sometimes you're going to hear a different voice, but that's not him. That's the enemy trying to get you off track. But guess what? Sometimes you're going to get slated. You're going to follow that enemy because you don't know. I did. But God still loves you. And he's still going to continue to talk to you. He's going to continue to show up and show out for you until you start to develop a more and more of a relationship with him. And once you do that, then you'll be able to distinctly understand his word and his voice beyond anybody else's. And it never yells at you. It's so subtle and it's so loving.
Yes,
and he always forgives you. So I can't introduce you. Only thing I can do is just I can present to him your name and just pray about you the way that I have been praying about you. And I guarantee you, when you go home and you do exactly as I said, and you be humble and you ask him, truly ask him and mean it, he'll show up. So I hope you have a good rest of the day. I'm glad that you showed up on today. If you have any more questions, I'm here all day.